Hello. Welcome to Casual Gaming with Purpose. If this is your first stream or VOD, then welcome, and if not, then welcome back. This is a Stardew Valley Let's Play. I'm searching for the living hat on a post-perfection 1.6 farm. This was my first 1.6 farm. Holds a special place in my heart. It's a very, very low stakes playthrough. Mostly chill vibes, just having a good time, a little bit of commentary, and yeah, if that sounds like a good time to you, then welcome aboard. I'm honored to have you here with me. I stream this particular stream every Thursday. And I also stream on Fridays and Mondays right now. Fridays, we are in between content. Still trying to decide what game will be tomorrow. Kind of cutting it close. And then Mondays, we are currently playing off mic, so no commentary, Dwarf Romantic, and shortly it will be Tiny Glade, but we probably have at least one more Dwarf Romantic stream in us in the near future because I'm in the midst of a save there. So yeah, I think that's all the yammering this evening. For me, it is the evening. And let's get into the game. A little bit of a return to form. I'm gonna mostly just grind fiber today. Quadruple checking all of my audio. I never did figure out what happened on Friday last week. My mic just for some reason didn't work. But my computer mic did. So I apologize if you watched the Firewatch stream and it was very, very quiet. I do not know why that happened. We are in the third week of winter, year 5. Night market starts today. I know that we just checked the luck, but I will check it again. Bat luck. Bad bat luck. Do we have the ingredients? We need egg and oil for crab cakes. I am not sure where my sunflowers are right now. To make sunflower oil. Thanks, Razzie. I have corn, but that takes too long. There they are. We can also deposit some of these, I think. And put our prismatic frog back on. Lots of eggs. Oh, that's because of our beautiful auto petter. I was like, why did they all give me eggs? I've been living in What's the opposite of abundance? Sparsity. I've been living in sparsity. Once our oil is ready, we will make some crab cakes and be on our way. If I can figure out the controls. Never really gets old, does it? And away we go. Like a herd of turtles. Now, I remember saying that I had a good feeling about winter. And we are starting to approach the end of winter. I still have a good feeling about it, though. I feel like the living hat is around the corner. Could today be the day? TBD. I probably will. How did my frog eat both of those monsters so fast? It digested that void spirit, like, immediately. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, the night market. I think I will go to the night market at least one day. Just for the thoroughfare of it all. Thoroughfare? Fanfare? For the vibes. I'm interested to know the future. I'm interested to know if I'm going to find a living hat from fiber or from Wilderness Golems. And there's no way to know until it happens. My gut tells me that it will be fiber. And fiber farming will win out. But I do like the variety of looking for the Wilderness Golems. So, we will press on with both. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I really believe that gold or nodes should be one hit when you have the prismatic pickaxe. It should be like, you know, it should follow the rules of as you upgrade, copper becomes one hit and then maybe copper's always one hit, but anyways. I don't know if there's a reason for that. Like, you know, iridium ore, okay, it's always gonna take more than one hit. And even diamonds, like, you know, I'm cool with that. Makes sense. Diamonds are a very hard substance. But gold isn't even a very hard substance, you know? It's not hardcore. Unless it lives hardcore. I mean, I think maybe the gold ore does take fewer hits with an iridium pickaxe than it does with any of the other ones. But it's not one hit. It's still several. That crab did not stand a chance against peat moss, the bog frog. Let's go to the night market. Well, let's go see Marlin first. Do we have anything to sell? Actually we don't. So we will not go see Marlin. And it is early enough that I don't have to worry about peat moss eating any wilderness golems. Oh, I guess I could plant these. Yeah. All right. To the beach. Oh, yes, we can look for a furniture catalog. Or a hat, perhaps. Junimo catalog, let's go! Hype. Alright. Huge success. I will also buy this nice painting. Nothing too remarkable there. Who do you think this vendor is? Is it Mothman? Like, we've got Bigfoot. So that implies that cryptids are canon in Pelican Town. I'm gonna pause music. I don't know if I need to turn on, maybe. What is it? Oh. Pete Moss just vibing out. Lovely. I don't think that I can get another pearl. Oh, where does it start? Yeah, I didn't think so. Worth a shot. Alright, back to the music. Back to the non-Stardew music. What else should we do? I don't have my fishing rod. We can get free coffee though. Why not? Can't hurt. And back home we go. Oh. A cacophony. And we also have to switch out. Poor Pete Moss. Cannot stay. Hello, slime. Let's leave this here for now. Because I think we're gonna decorate this shed eventually. I still have to kind of map it out. In full. I saw a very nice decorating video. I'm so bad at remembering like where and how, but I will search for it and put it in the comments after, or maybe in the description. But there was a video that showed it wasn't a short, it was like a proper video that showed a whole bunch of different options for decorating, well, all parts parts of your farm. Hello, Bill. Welcome in. How are you? And yeah, so I saw this video about decorating, I guess, and they showed like a ton of different options for the shed, and one of the options was very cool, so I might try to do that or a variation of it, but I have to plan it out a little bit. It was like crystallarium and other kinds of like mines related machines. That will not be a task for today, but there is some inspiration there. And now that I have the Junimo catalog, I will make it look beautiful. Trying and failing to bend the internet to your will. That is a tough task. The hat is still my #1 priority for sure. I think today will be sticking to the usual fiber farming, but I think maybe next stream, if I can get my act together, I'll come up with a plan for decorating that second shed, and that might be on the docket next week. I've had a bit of a busy week IRL this week, and so I'm kind of looking forward to having a brain off, fiber clearing kind of day, you know? What? Oh, the luck was neutral today, right? I think we did check it. Shouldn't be a tough task. Bending the internet shouldn't be a tough task, Bill? The internet is a big place. Put these eggs in the fridge for later. They will be future crab cakes. I don't have space. Oops. Guess I should equip my sword if I want to clear fiber. The return scepter does not, in this current iteration, clear any weeds. Oh, I gotta put Peat Moss the Bog Frog back into rotation. There we go. Much better. Are there any real vegetables you can grow in a cave? Good question. Do you think, like, so in Stardew, cave carrots exist, but I don't know if those are real things. I would imagine maybe like root vegetables that don't need a ton of sunlight could do okay in a cave. But then again, even root vegetables do need some sunlight, right? So I'm not sure. Do you know of any vegetables that can grow in a cave? I've actually been growing some vegetables in real life recently, getting ready for garden season. It's a little bit chilly where I am still, so can't quite plant them outside, but have a lot of tomatoes and some radishes started. Oh. Special floor. If you knew, you wouldn't have asked. Fair, very fair. Yeah, I don't know. It would be an interesting experiment. Like, I'm sure that there's enough nutrients in certain caves, but I think maybe the lack of sun would be a deciding element. How do I stop animals from getting stuff that I am growing? Well, right now everything is indoors, so luckily the only animal I have to worry about is my cat, and she's not too interested in them. But yeah, I think once I move them outside, it will be a challenge to keep squirrels and whatnot away. I know that you can do, there's some strategies, but also perhaps just accepting that animals will get some of the food and that might be okay. Could also be a piece of it. I believe growing vegetables in the same plot as marigolds is one way to deter pests, like squirrels, and also brings pollinators. So it's kind of a happy blend Stardew would imply to us that you can grow mushrooms in caves. But also Stardew would imply that you can grow fruit in caves as well, which seems pretty unlikely to me. I can't imagine that, like I don't know what type of fruit could possibly grow in a cave. I guess unless it was like an open air, like I mean caves aren't entirely, they are not a monolith. There's lots of different types of caves and some of them do presumably have a bit of sun in certain places. Can't you technically eat marigolds too? Yeah, I think you can. I'm not sure why animals don't like, maybe bunnies would like them, but certain animals definitely don't like them, and I'm not really sure why that is. That is true. Stardew also implies that wizards and zombies exist. You mean they don't? Among other things. Although I do feel like probably mushrooms do exist within cave systems in real life. That one maybe Eric Brony got right. True to life. There's a good blend of fantastical and whimsy and realism. Well, maybe not realism, but there's some reality-informed elements of Stardew. Not implying that they don't, but yet to need any. Yeah, I also haven't. But I remain hopeful. At least on the wizard front. I could do without zombies, you know? Yeah, and with 1.6, like the latest version of Stardew, there has also been Bigfoot added, and so who's to say, really? Where the crossover with the real world ends. Stardew really has it all. There's aliens, there's witches and wizards, goblins, zombies, dwarves. I don't think we ever meet an elf, but there are artifacts that imply that elves exist. In the canon, anyways. Santa is real. Who else do we have? Fairies. I suppose magic frogs. Basilisks. I'm running through a list in my brain. And many more. And whatever these guys are. Slimes. The last one is real. Slimes. Magical frogs. Basilisks. Oh, basilisks are real. I didn't know that. Just a bit disappointing. What makes them disappointing? Are they a type of snake or lizard? They don't turn anyone into stone. Or protect us from the nausea debuff, as per the Stardew application of basilisks. I hear a bat. I see a bat. A lizard. That's cool, I didn't know that there was a lizard called a basilisk. I will have to look that up. Equal parts sad and glad that they don't turn people into stone in real life. Because that would be metal as hell. But also pretty dangerous. What mythical creature do you wish was 100% real? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know, that's hard. There's a lot of pretty cool mythical creatures. Perhaps unicorns? That feels like a pretty safe bet. But there's a lot of other really cool mystical creatures too. Mythical and mystical. What about you? And anyone else in chat? What mythical creature do you wish was 100% real? I also think owlbears would be really, really cool. I don't know how dangerous owlbears would be in real life, but I personally like to think that they wouldn't be that bad, because I like the concept of them. Maybe mermaids too. That would be pretty cool. Although I don't know, I mean, we start to get into a bit of a gray zone there, I think. Like mythical beings versus creatures. I am also personally a pretty big Mothman fan. But the Mothman that exists in, like, the Adventure Zone universe, if you are familiar with. The McElroy brothers and Amnesty, I think, is the series where we meet Indrid Cole, who is the Mothman. Spoilers, I suppose. He appears pretty early, I think. But again, that gets into that kind of, is Mothman a creature or a person? Hard to say. Never heard of it. Very good podcast series. If you are into podcasts and like D&D or other tabletop RPGs, or just like neat storytelling. The series is called The Adventure Zone, and that particular one was called Amnesty. It's an older one, but I think you can still find it on like your standard podcast places. If interested. Have you gotten into playing Stardew since last stream, Bill? Scythe. I mean, I don't need the scythe, but it makes it much faster. Nope. You have good self-control. I'm being indecisive. There we go. And now back to the Vibra grind. Are there any video games that you enjoy playing, Bill? Or more of a watcher in terms of video game content? I've been trying to decide what to play tomorrow. I think it probably will be Blueprints. But there's some other games that I have that I bought on sale on Steam that I want to try. But maybe I'll try them off stream first. Managed to kill both of those monsters in one fell swoop before the frog could get them. Not very fiber rich today. The in-game day. Yesterday was pretty good. I think we had over 200, which is at the upper end of average for a full day in the mines, clearing fiber, clearing weeds. I never know what to call this. Like, is this fiber farming? Because now you actually can farm fiber, like literally plant fiber and farm it in Stardew. But from like a game mechanic standpoint, when you're like farming a resource, this would be considered fiber farming. Maybe I should just call it fiber farming. Did not make it to the crab in time. Not that time anyways. That was not the rock that I meant to break. That first one. Do I think there's a place like this out there? I don't know. Maybe. in some way, I suppose. It gets a bit existential, doesn't it? I always think of Pelican Down as being pretty idyllic, I guess. I certainly like the idea of a small community choosing anti-capitalism. A small part of you knows something like this is out there, but discovering it will taint its purity. Yeah, nothing's ever I guess as ideal as we might hope it is, I suppose. Some boots from Arlen today. Our fiber chest is filling up. What is my purpose? Right now, I am looking for Wilderness Golems. They spawn if you activate monster spawning on the farm, or if you have, if you're on a specific farm type called a wilderness farm, then you'll get monsters that spawn after 7 p.m. And I think it's something like a new monster spawns on an unoccupied tile every 10 minutes. And so I'm hoping that a wilderness golem will spawn because they have like a 1 in, like, I don't know, 1 in 10,000 chance of dropping the living hat, I believe. Game specific, yeah. Oh, looking at my channel description. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I started streaming without much of a plan beyond looking for the living hat. And so my purpose at first was definitely trying to find the living hat. I think that is still very much a purpose of mine on this channel. But the other idea behind it was that in game development, there's kind of two demographics of players. There's core gamers and casual gamers. And this is like, you know, theory, I suppose, but core gamers are thought to be folks who play, you know, like in a very serious way, and they play a lot. And I don't really consider myself a core gamer by kind of the standard definitions because I don't take it that seriously. But I certainly do play quite a bit and I enjoy playing. So, you know, it's not really, I play a lot but not in a competitive way, I suppose. And so that was where the phrase that I suppose came to me was casual gaming with purpose, because it's not casual gaming in a aimless sort of way, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know if that turn of phrase will stick, but it has been a vessel for setting a goal, I suppose, for streaming. I guess it just reflects how I define my relationship to video games. It's a good question. I should probably have a more cohesive answer to it, because if I'm gonna say it, then I should know how to explain it, I suppose. I think I'll move the parsnips to a different chest. But yes, by and large, my purpose is to find the living hat. And I don't know what I will do once I achieve that. I guess I'll have to come up with a new purpose. That feels like a question no one wants to answer. Yeah. Very true. We're really getting into the existential stuff today. Yeti too. A drop from Arlen. Oops. Same crate. Another Yeti tooth. Same crate, more powder melons. What's this guy doing? Excuse me. Hello. Ooh, an ice rod. I feel like it's been a while since we got an ice rod drop. Not sure which trinket I get the most of. Maybe parrot egg? I feel like I get a lot of parrot eggs. I could probably go back and count, but I don't know that that is worth it. I think we will head back to the farm after this one. Well, first we will go to the Adventurers Guild and then we will head back to the farm. Probably not worth it. Yeah, I'm with you. Seeing a stack of 999 still catches you off guard. Very fair. You should, if you haven't, you should check out the algorithm on YouTube. He is doing the 999 challenge. 64 feels more normal to you. That is a very specific number. Why 64? Tell me more. The algorithm is doing... Yeah, I think he calls it the 999 challenge, where he is everything that can be a stack of 999, he is collecting it. What game uses N64? I don't even... What game uses 64? And N64 is the answer. I think. To me, that's the answer. I am also a big N64 fan. If that is the answer. Ooh. Speaking of things that grow in caves. Haven't been in here in a hot minute. Minecraft. Ah. So that isn't the answer. N64 isn't the answer. I didn't know that that was the max stack you could have in Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft myself. I've watched quite a bit of Minecraft content, but I guess I've never really paid attention to what the max stacks were. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. It's not exactly like a... I mean, it's an even number. I'm sure that there is like a computer programming reason for that, but I would be curious to know what it is. Are there any cozy games on N64? Good question. I would count Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie as cozy games, personally. Perhaps a whoa! Sorry, that bat came out of nowhere. This is the special bat. Number 5, I believe, that we have seen on this farm. Yeah. I don't know if other people would necessarily categorize those as cozy games, but to me they're very cozy. Maybe Kirby could be considered a cozy game. It's all subjective, right? Like, how do you define a cozy game? Minecraft, like, is Minecraft considered a cozy game? I would say so. You can ask the devs if it's cozy or for an explanation about the number 64. Both, I suppose. On Steam, you might actually get a few responses. That's true. Yeah, if a game is cozy. Yeah, and on Steam, sometimes games are categorized as cozy games. That is very true. I wonder how long that category has existed. Like, when the N64 was developed, did people describe games as cozy games? I feel like there were far fewer categories of games at that time. Like, you had maybe like battle royale style games, first-person shooters, maybe sandbox games, but not on N64, I don't think. I don't think there's any sandbox games. I don't know. I certainly didn't know every single game that was available on N64. That would be something interesting to dig into. Maybe I will after stream. Oh, I have to go back, actually. We have to go check the traveling cart today. But it's true, now there's a plethora of cozy games. And also indie games make it a lot more accessible to actually like learn about the game devs and what their reasoning was behind a certain game and stuff like that, which I really like. I feel like that really speaks to the storytelling elements of game devs and game design, which I really like. Even games that don't have like a strong narrative element often tell some sort of story, and I find that very I always like hearing what the people who made the game think about that, about the story behind their game. I saw a really interesting video from what is his channel name? Rogan Plays Games, I think is his channel name. He talked about what the difference between a AAA game and an indie game is, and kind of how, you know, he talked about how he would define it, but there's definitely some like subjectiveness to that. And I feel like maybe categorizing a game as cozy fits into that same sort of subjective box. Or like, I mean, there are distinct genres, but then there are also I guess subgenres that are more loosey-goosey. And it kind of comes down to like the fan base and how they experience the game. Much like how books belong to their readers, games belong to their players in some capacity. You're gonna hate me, but is there any way I can get out of your channel? Yeah. I mean, are you stuck here? I think if you close the app or browser, depends how you're watching it, I suppose. Sandbox games. Aren't what called sandbox games? Forgot one word for better or for worse. There's a disconnect here, Bill. I'm sorry. Basilisk paw. There it is. Ah, games where the audience decides how to play the game. Yeah. And there you go, a parrot egg too. Yeah, that's true. Sandbox games. Very much so. Oh. Buy my channel and hire me. I am but a casual gamer, and an amateur one at that, but I appreciate the gesture. And the idea behind it. That is definitely different than trying to get away from the channel. You are right. But if you do like the streams, I'm happy to have you here. So thank you for being here. And for chatting. It's priceless. I see. Yeah, I mean, I think there certainly are folks who are more knowledgeable about game development than I am. I have I would say a hobby level interest. A very small amount of game dev experience myself, but I am certain that there are YouTubers and other content creators that connect with game devs in that way. I mean, I'm sure it also exists in, like, the cozy game space, but I know that there are some, like, I watch a lot of folks who stream the game Destiny, and they'll do, like, interviews with devs and stuff like that, so definitely there is a space for that. Not sure I'm quite the right. I would love to do something like that one day, but probably not currently qualified for that kind of thing. But I do appreciate the gesture. Why is there a crab down here? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. So many questions about the crabs. I have infinite questions about them. No one immediately comes to mind. Yeah, I think, like, I'm also trying to think of, like I'm going through the other, like, Stardew streamers that I enjoy watching, and, like, I don't think I've seen them do too many, like, interviews necessarily, but I've seen like, I mean, for example, the person I'm thinking of right now, because I saw him do it this week, was Aztec Ross. Aztec Ross? I don't know how to say, how to pronounce his screen name. But he will have game devs on his channel sometimes when there's new launches to talk to them before he plays the game. Or sometimes after he plays the game. But that's like a big time professional streamer situation, you know, where that's like his full-time job. And so he gets invited to these kinds of, not just him, like lots of professional creators, you know, they get on to like PR lists and things like that. And it becomes part of their job, essentially. But it's true in like the cozy space, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head who does that. Although I am sure that it exists. Squire's helmet. Find a hat, wear a hat. We also have 2 genie shoes. This, I believe, is Squire's helmet number 5. Still counts, though. More genie shoes. Today was a fiber clearing day. We did not look for wilderness golems. That's okay. I don't know if I'll be able to sell these to Marlin. I think so. Yeah, okay. Does fiber respawn? It sure does. Yeah, thankfully. Because that has allowed me to collect this chest full of fiber. But I guess, you know, it also depends where. In the caves it does. And to a lesser extent it does in town and in the mutant bug lair. It can also spawn where else can it spawn? I mean on the farm, but it can't spawn on my farm because I have this golden clock which prevents debris from spawning. And that includes fiber. I hear a bat. Yeah, the like speedrun strat for getting the living hat involves like deactivating, well, I suppose just not having the golden clock, and then letting your Ginger Island farm fill up with weeds, and then you can bomb the fiber, and if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, then you can reset the day. And that's like a much faster way to try to get it. But I'm not at the stage of speedrunning it, so to speak. It's about the journey more than it is about the destination. I need oil. Tale as old as time. How fast are living hat speedruns? I'm not sure. I actually tried to find that and I couldn't. Like, I couldn't find the official registered one. But you can look up, I think it's Shawneedo made like a really good deep dive into, it's a few years old now, so maybe someone has beat it, but there's like a speed run that is called Hat on Sea Urchin %, I think. And like the fastest way to do that is to get the living hat on the first fiber clear, basically, day one. And so I suppose that would probably also be the fastest time for the living hat, even though it was technically not the purpose of that particular speed run. And I don't remember the exact number of that one, but it's pretty fast. Because it was literally like spawn into the game, clear the first piece of fiber you see. And that was how someone got that record. Oh. Getting distracted. Are there task runs? I don't know what that acronym is. Time. Do I not have cave carrots anywhere? tool-assisted speedrun, less about actual skill and more about exploiting the game using technically possible movements. Yes, I think that there is a category of that in Stardew. Because there are ways to, if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, you can do like animation canceling, and there's like other tricks. But I don't know. I unfortunately do not have the exact details at the top of my head, but that does exist in the Stardew speedrunning community. There is like quite a good foundation for Stardew speedrunning if you're ever trying to get into it. I am personally not a speedrunner, but I do really like watching speedruns. And there's a good community around it to like share tips and get people started if they want to. So definitely recommend checking that out if you are into speedrunning. You might already know Habu. I think his official name on YouTube is The Habu. He's like a very prolific speedrunner in the Stardew community, and I think he has been streaming. I don't think they're tool-assisted speedruns. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they are. But he's been streaming speedruns lately because I think someone beat his record very recently for like, I think it's community center percent or whatever. It's not percent, but you know what I mean, maybe. Weird slime. I think maybe he streams more on Twitch though than on YouTube, but you can find his content on YouTube as well. Never played this game, but uploading my first playthrough as a speedrun feels right. Yeah, why not, you know? Start with a bang. I mean, I think Stardew is one of those games where you actually probably could do that realistically because there's just so much content related to Stardew that like you could very well learn the game before even playing it, I think. Bonus points if it ends up being last by several hours. Do I get my music? I get it from the YouTube audio library, and they're all tracks that are free to use in YouTube content with no attribution necessary. But actually, I think YouTube has some sort of AI that allows it to like figure out what songs I've used, because sometimes it will show them in the description, which is great. But yeah, essentially I've just made a playlist of a bunch of Creative Commons free to use audio. And I've made one for each season. But when I play games that aren't Stardew, I usually just listen to the soundtrack. Although that kind of came back to bite me with Firewatch, because the credits song was a song by Etta James. I didn't get a copyright strike, but I did get like my video got like flagged as containing copyrighted music. But it was like, I think that song is available to use in YouTube content, so I didn't get in trouble per se, but I did get like a notice about it. Been a while since I got the Slammer. I'm not sure the best way to find the YouTube audio library, but I always access it through YouTube Studio, which I think everyone has access to, I believe. I don't think you have to stream or like have uploaded anything to access it. We've had just about every type of trinket today, I think. Oh, I didn't need to come back here. That's okay. I actually really like the Stardew soundtrack, and I would happily listen to that. But because of the nature of this particular grind of going in and out of the mine so much, it makes it quite grating, because the music will come on and then off and then on and then off. So, but when I'm just doing regular gaming, it's not really an issue. Although I suppose I could probably make a playlist of just Stardew songs. That would probably solve the problem also. Didn't have that foresight when I started out, so I've just been trying to stay consistent. But I could do that maybe year 2. Or just mix in some Stardew songs. Or some lo-fi beats. Wasn't today a bad luck day? Where are all the golems? All the monsters in general. Just one today. Guess I don't need this Omni Geode. Maybe I'll go these. Just for the sake of it. Is Meadow my name? It is in this game. The new farm type in version 1.6 is the Meadowlands farm. And so, because this was my first 1.6 save, I named my character Meadow. I guess I have regular mystery boxes that I can break too. I don't know if I can get anything good from regular mystery boxes. Oh! There you go. Crab cake's the best I could ever hope for. For that good speed. Thought it was my real human name. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, it's a nice name. I don't know if I can sell the mystery wallpaper. Doesn't look like it. Can I put it in the shed? That'd be kind of funny. Oh, there you go. Yes, you can. Learn something new every time. I have to remember to go clear the mutant bug lair today. Ooh, a train is passing through. Well, let's go check it. Why not? Since we're right here. Ah, it is a passenger train, which means it will not drop items. Oh! A mix. These kinds of cars can drop items. I don't think I've ever seen one that has both. That's interesting. I don't know if that's the moon or a squid kid. Not much of a bounty. But a little bit of stuff. red slime egg. Oh, we don't like these floors. No grass, no fiber. But at least it's just a small floor with a guaranteed staircase. We'll just stick to floor 80 today. Unless I keep forgetting. I also have to check the traveling cart. I forgot. I'll go back early. Do all the things. Nothing to sell, Marlin. Let's, I don't know if I have an empty incubator for this slime egg. I have one empty incubator. Oh. No, I don't. That is a... slime egg press. Maybe there's no space for more slime. What makes me want to play a game for a long time? I'm not sure. Certain games, I mean, yeah, I don't know what it is about Stardew in particular, because I literally can play Stardew for like an entire day and not get bored, even when it's something like this, where I'm like doing mostly the same thing over and over again. Just doesn't get old for me. Don't know what that is about, really. I think to have something that is a good blend of relaxing but also challenging. Like, there are games that I really like playing, but I can only play it for a short amount of time. Like Celeste. I love the game Celeste. And I can't play for more than like half an hour or an hour at a time, because it's just too tough. But it is very rewarding still. I just can't play it for long stints of time. I think there's also something about like a game that you know very well. Being just kind of like a familiar escape in a sense. So it's like a nice way to spend a significant amount of time if you have some time to spare. But like Animal Crossing, I mean, I think Animal Crossing is maybe the other side of the coin where like I can easily play several hours. But I wouldn't say there is really a challenging element to Animal Crossing. And I would say that there are times that I get bored with Animal Crossing. So there's definitely a balance there. For me, anyways. What about you, Bill? Is there something that catches your interest when you play games? Or watch games, like watch streamers? Is there like a magic recipe for what makes a good long play game? Why do I have a bomb? Good question. I don't know where that one came from. Probably dropped from a monster. But I don't remember which one specifically. It falls into the same category as why are there crabs down here? Where did this bomb come from? We may never know. Those end of stream golems always get my hopes up. Last chance. No dice. The best way to play a game for a while is having a goal that you can hit between 45 minutes to an hour. If you play for too long and make no progress, you're done. If you make too much, same thing. Yeah, I get that. That rings true for me too, I think. Maybe a slightly longer window for me, depending on the goal. But I feel similar about like the need to make progress in a certain amount of time. Well, we have made it to the end of the week. The end of winter is approaching. But a pretty successful stream. We found a hat and had a good time. If you made it this far with me, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here, Bill. I appreciate the chatter. And yeah, if you like the stream, would love it to see you at another one. Take care, Bill. Have a good night. I stream every Thursday with Stardew, and then Friday and Monday. Mondays are off mic Mondays, so no commentary. And yeah, if you had a good time, we'd love it if you joined again in the future. Feel free to drop a like and or comment and or subscription if you'd like to. And if not, that's okay too. I'm just honored to have you with me. I will see you when I see you. And take care. Bye.